Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, politicians and protests. See what happened during Bernie Sanders' visit to Iowa City.
And later, Science Thursdays, bringing together medical and science staff and students.
We have everything you need to know about Iowa's matchup against Wyoming tomorrow.
And we take a closer look at what Iowa's defense is doing to get prepared for quarterback Josh Allen.
And as football season begins tomorrow, we're expecting some warmer temperatures. Find out more in weather.
We've got all that and more coming up.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Cole Johnson.
And I'm Becca Scadden.
Yesterday, Senator Bernie Sanders made a stop in Iowa City. I was there to see all the action unfold. Take a look.
On Thursday night, Bernie Sanders visited Iowa City to make an appearance at Hancher Auditorium. This is Sanders' first time back in Iowa City since the 2016 election season. Hancher Auditorium is usually known for its world-renowned music and theater performances, but today it's a hot spot for political conversation as Senator Sanders talks about his new book. But some people were not there to support the senator.
We're here protesting socialism.
The Iowa Libertarians group hosted a rally called Socialism Sucks, where protesters gather to share their messages on how the government should be handled.
As long as we keep the topics alive and have the discussions, then we can potentially educate people so that they understand the right course of action.
One main component of the group's rally was to have the voters look at both capitalism and socialism to see how they can impact their lives.
Just get people to be open-minded about other ideas, other views that go against popular culture.
Sanders identifies as a democratic socialist, and supporters say the difference is in the details of his policies.
However you want to label them, they're issues that the majority of Americans support. And that's what Senator Sanders' campaign was based on.
Those at the protest say that this is not going to be their last appearance and they are already making plans for their next rally.
The Iowa City Public Library is hosting several Sherlock Holmes themed events. This is to honor the 125th anniversary of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's release of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Some of the events include discussions, guest speakers, and screenings of famous Sherlock Holmes movies and TV shows. The events will take place on September 5th, 7th, and 9th on the first floor in Meeting Room A.
Food trucks, live music, and science. That's what makes up Science Thursdays. Located near the Research Park just in front of the XT Medical Research Building, this fun event's goal is to bring people and science together in a fun environment. This event started in April with the hopes of bringing together medical and science staff and students who are not usually able to cross paths.
What we actually experience is that we have folks that are clinical faculty and they reside primarily in the hospital. We have folks that are scientific faculty who reside predominantly in the research world, and we have very little opportunity to bring them together.
Science Thursdays will be taking place every Thursday up until October 26th. Be sure to come out and enjoy good food and music, all while learning about some science organizations and participating in the different activities that will be taking place each week.
2 Iowa Hy-Vee employees drove 35 hours to rescue dogs in Houston affected by Hurricane Harvey. They arrived back yesterday morning having rescued a dozen dogs. The dogs are staying with foster families until adopted. Many animal shelters in the Houston area are overloaded right now and need immediate help. The Iowa volunteers are driving back to Texas today to rescue more dogs. They're taking the older dogs from the shelters to make room for newly rescued dogs.
Hurricane Harvey has caused some convenience stores in Houston to upcharge. In some cases, they have found stores selling a gallon of gas for $20. These stores are also selling bottles of water for $8.50, according to CNN.
And Houston, Texas has received almost 700 complaints so far. Texas State Attorney's Office is investigating the issue and is currently looking into 9 cases.
Yeah, it's truly devastating what's happening on Texas right now.
Oh, absolutely, Cole. But we're going to toss it over to Iowa weather in the weather studio with Lauren.
That's right, Becca. We have seen some beautiful weather this week, and it looks like it will continuing as we move into this Labor Day weekend. This morning, we are looking at clear, sunny skies with a high of 75 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. As we move into Friday evening, we will be seeing some partly cloudy skies with a low of 46 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 5-day extended forecast. We will be seeing some beautiful sunny skies as we start Hawkeye football this Saturday with a high of 79 degrees. Sunday, we can expect some partly cloudy skies with a high of 86 degrees. Starting the new week Monday, those partly cloudy skies will stick around with the high again reaching 86 degrees. Tuesday, we can expect a high of 72 degrees and a low of 49 degrees. And Wednesday, we will see a high of 70 degrees with a low of 48 degrees. That's all I have for you this Friday in the weather studio. Becca, back to you.
Thanks, Lauren. Hy-Vee is breaking into the restaurant business. The restaurant chain Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee have started a partnership. Under this new agreement, Hy-Vee will operate 26 Wahlburgers in 7 Midwest states. One of these locations will be in West Des Moines. That location will open mid-next year. Hy-Vee will also begin selling Wahlburgers food at its market grills as well. They have yet to announce plans for locations in eastern Iowa.
Hawkeyes are gathering for the 9th annual Fry Fest. Fry Fest is a celebration of Hawkeye sports before the start of football season. The event commemorates Hayden Fry, a football coach at the University of Iowa from 1979 to 1998. Fry ranks 10th of all time on the Division I coaching list. Each year, Fry Fest is themed support of a different group. In previous years, they have even supported rivalries, such as the rivalry between the University of Iowa and Iowa State University. This year, they are supporting men and women's basketball teams. The pep rally is scheduled to kick off at 7 p.m.
And the University of Iowa has changed the way they use football tickets. Student football tickets are now digital. The University of Iowa emailed student tickets out to students.
The university also provided students with a few tips for their new tickets. Number 1, make sure your mobile tickets are downloaded to your phone prior to coming to the stadium. Do not print out your mobile tickets.
Number 2, please have the ticket ready for the usher to scan prior to arriving to the gate.
Coming up for 3rd, students' tickets will not be replaced for any reason.
And 4th, you will have to have your UIowa student ID and the correct game ticket for admission.
And finally, the university also reserves the right to reject anyone from adhering to Kinnick policies. Well, hopefully everybody can get into the game that wants to get in there with those new student tickets.
And I know people are finally excited. Football season's finally here.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's toss it over to Mary-Kate Harrion and Zach Mackey in the sports studio with more.
Thanks, guys. Well, welcome into our first pregame show of the year. I will be joined by my good pal, Zach Mackey, here every Friday from now on to break down Iowa football and their matchups each week. So, Zach, very glad to have you here, and welcome back to America.
Nice to be back in the United States after a trip to Taiwan with the Iowa baseball team, but it's good. We're game week's right here.
Yeah, they did pretty good, though, Iowa baseball said.
Not bad. A silver medal, we'll take it.
Yeah. All right, well, first, Zach, what have you made of the quarterback race and then waiting till the Monday of game week to announce that Stanley's our guy?
Well, waiting for so long tells you that it's got to be a really close race, and it's two really good quarterbacks, so it's going to be interesting. Now, Stanley, you're the guy. Go out there and perform.
And what do you think you're going to see from Stan the Man this weekend?
I think you're going to see a quarterback who's younger. He's still trying to find that offense, but yet he's a guy that can really sling it and throw it down the field quite a ways.
So you're thinking it was the right decision?
I think so. I stand by it.
All right, well, Uyghurs, if Stanley doesn't perform, do you think he'll get a shot?
You know, I think you got to stay with the guy you chose, and the guy who right now is the guy is Nate Stanley. So I think it's hard to switch right away so early. I think you got to try to stay with him and ride it out as long as you can.
You know, and talking to Stanley on Tuesday, he did say there's going to be some nerves there, which is completely normal. He's still a baby, true sophomore, and has never started a game. But I'm very excited to see him finally get out there. But let's continue on with the quarterback conversation, but switch it over to Wyoming's Josh Allen. 6'5", 225 pounds, complete stud, arm strength incredible. The offers he wanted were not there out of high school, went to JUCO, then transferred over to Wyoming, had 3,726 yards of total offense and 28 touchdowns. So what is Iowa going to have to do to contain Allen?
He's one of those junior college guys that are paying out to be a fantastic quarterback. Like you said, you're going to have to keep him in the pocket, and you're going to have to, a lot of work's going to be done with that secondary, those defensive backs, because Allen is not only an elite quarterback at Wyoming, he's an elite quarterback throughout the entire country.
We did talk to some of the Hawkeyes on Tuesday about their thoughts on Allen, so take a look.
He's an experienced guy. You know, he understands coverages. He understands where he can throw the ball and where he can't. And then he also can run. So it's, you know, it's going to be another thing. He's good with the pass, and he also can run. So we're going to have to be ready for both aspects of the game.
We're going to have to keep him kind of contained. He likes to move around, and he's pretty accurate outside the pocket.
He's one of the top quarterbacks in the nation right now. So he's definitely going to bring it to the game, and, you know, we just have to prepare well.
What's he do better than other quarterbacks you've seen?
I think he's really good at reading keys and reading his defense, and he knows how to sling the ball right in there. It's like a dart, so he can fit it right there on the target.
Now, another issue with Josh Allen being quarterback is we don't have Manny Rugamba this weekend. What does the defense, have to do in Manny's absence to stop Allen? And, there's a true freshman replacing him, Matt Hankins, so no collegiate experience there. So what's the defense going to have to do to step up?
Well, not only are you facing the #1 quarterback in the country, you lose the #1 defensive back of the country last year in Desmond King. You're losing your other starting quarterbacks or other cornerbacks. So it's going to be a situation where young guys are going to have to step up. So thrown right out there and see what they can do in game 1.
Well, here is what Coach Ferentz and Coach Parker had to say about Manny not opening the season with the rest of the team.
First of all, Manny Regumble will not play in the first game. He's going to serve a 1-game suspension. That's for a violation of team policy. It took place in the out of season and will be enacted here this first week. So, we'll move on after that, and he'll be welcome back normal status after serving that 1-game suspension.
I think Manny's done a great job. He's owned up to what's going on, and I think he's going to look forward to this as a learning process. And I think he's taken it as a challenge to himself, as being a leader, be on the scout team, and help our offense out for the first game.
All right, so let's go to predictions now here. What do you think is going to happen on Saturday?
I see a Hawkeye win. I really do. I think Nate Stanley is going to be impressive. Excited to see how this defense comes together. Kinnick's going to be rocking again. Sold out student population there. It's going to be fun.
I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to go that Iowa's not going to get the win. I hope I'm wrong, but I just think Josh Allen is too hard to stop. I watched him on film, and he's unreal. So, we have experience up front for defense, but our secondary is very young. And not having Manny kind of scares me. So I don't know in our quarter. I want Stanley to do well, but I'm nervous for him. So I don't know. He's never started a college game. So hopefully I'm wrong, but I do not foresee a win in Iowa's future.
You heard it here first. Mary Kate's
I called it. I'm probably right because Zach is normally wrong. But who or what are you most excited to see on Saturday?
Well, we've talked about it a couple of times now, the young guys. I think A.J. Epinesa as well as T.J. Hawkinson at the tight end position, those young defensive backs. There's a lot of young guys that are going to be playing, and we're going to see kind of how they'll progress throughout the next 4 years right away in game 1.
I am very excited to see Josh Allen. Just, as I said multiple times now, unreal. So I'm excited to see him. I'm also excited to see how Stanley does, and I want to see if Uyghurs gets in the game. I'm going to disagree with you. I kind of have a feeling they might throw him in if it doesn't go well because there's pressure on him.
All right.
New year, they lost a lot of guys.
We haven't even started yet.
I know. It's okay. And you can tune in every Friday with me and Zach for your Friday morning pregame show.
And come back Tuesday morning for highlights from the game as we send it back over to you guys.
And that's all we have for you this morning on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news and updates.
And be sure to follow our Twitter account for all the latest updates as well, and that's @TheDailyIowan. And don't forget to pick up your copy of The Daily Iowan. I'm Cole Johnson.
And I'm Becca Scadden. Have a great day, Iowa City, and we'll see you right back here on Monday.